Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Live at Zedel are pleased to present Bateman and Conley.
I wish you could all know the bliss of planning a night such as this and choosing the songs that we think you would like us to do. There are so many well-written songs we could sing, but well-written songs aren't really our thing. And though you will grieve it, you'd better believe it that the following statements are true. Ain't no one singing Sondheim at this soiree. I saw the frogs and frankly, what's the fuss? Plus someone said, be wary son, you too pale by comparison, so we ain't singing anything but us.
Ain't no one singing Herman at this hoedown. And when I saw Dear World, I said, dear me. Plus hearing stuff just once or twice, you'll notice ours is not as nice, so us ain't singing anything but we.
Ain't no one singing Porter at this party. Though can, it does not mean it should. Plus once his damn began, you'd see we can't do what he can, so we ain't singing anything that good.
Ain't no one singing music by Lloyd Webber. I could not sit through Phantom 2 for free. And if you heard his melodies, you'd see I can't do melodies, so we ain't singing music but by me.
Ain't no one singing Cara Lindley's lyrics. She asked, how now Dow Jones, but I asked why. And if we did, then you'd for sure see I'm not quite as bright as her, so our stuff back to back I wouldn't try.
Ain't no one singing no Janine Tesori. In Caroline or Change, I voted Change. What with the way she writes a song would show you that I do it wrong, so we ain't singing music that's got range.
Ain't no one singing Lin-Manuel Miranda. I saw Moana once, and it's aight. But if we did, then you might want to hear more stuff that's au courant, so we ain't singing songs we didn't write.
Ain't no one singing Sondheim at this soiree.
To tell the truth, we asked, and he said no. We'll sing our hits, by that we mean the hits from flops that no one's seen. Turns out we got enough to make a show. Ain't no one singing nothing that you've heard of, 'cause no one's heard of us as yet, and thus you better listen, and you should know that we think we're pretty good. So drink and watch and drink and then discuss. But we ain't singing anything, well we ain't singing anything, no we ain't singing anything but Bateman and Conley until you beg for anything but. Is there a city like London? It's the pits and it's a pity it's London. An unpleasant place to be. If you're anything like me, you'll love it. Name a place where flats feel flatter than London. dampened dear, there's not a lot you can do. Still, it has what can't be bought, but costs every penny you've got, and London is waiting. Ugly people think they're pretty in London, and what's worse, they think they're witty in London. And no matter what you try, they won't look you in the eye. You'll love it. Some might say the grass is greener in London, though the sun is barely, rarely in view. Moan about it when you're there, when you're not, you hadn't dare. But London is waiting.
Jesus Christ, it's big and bitty in
Where people seldom smile, if and when they do, they fake it.
Even nice new nests are nitty in
Where people only move away because they couldn't make it.
It's no matter where you were.
For anyone who's anyone has simply got to prove it.
If you're anything like her,
take a train, a plane, a bus, a bicycle, just move it,
you'll
you'll
love
love it.
It's as dismal as this ditty.
And every time you meet someone, they're simply looking through you.
Bet your ass it's grey and gritty. It's
But if it's use of majesty, then I think it'll do you. God knows you will hate it still. If it doesn't kill you, you will love London. And it's waiting for you. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We are so thrilled that you could join us for our first and last show together.
Yeah, well, even if it is our last show together, first things first, some introductions. I am Luke Bateman, and he is Michael Conley. We are Bateman and Conley.
Though it used to be the other way around.
I write the music, and then he writes the words.
Though it used to be the other way around.
I'm English, and he's American.
Though it used to be the other way around. We are thrilled to be performing for you gorgeous people at the gorgeous Crazy Coqs. As I mentioned earlier, this is our first and last show together, you see. Well, Luke and I have been working together for how many years? 25, 26?
7.
27?
No, just 7.
Feels longer.
In that time, we've written a handful of shows. That last song, London, was from our show Personality, based on the novel by Andrew O'Hagan.
And that first song is what we like to call special material. When we first talked about doing an evening, Luke suggested that it should consist entirely of special material. I, of course, had to explain to him how if all the material is special, then none of it is.
Should we do the first song we ever wrote together?
Seems like only 27 years ago I came to your house to write this song. You got drunk,
You got very drunk,
which is the only kind of drunk I get.
and we wrote this song, A Lovely Little Garden.
I think it's a bit early for a ballad, don't you? Let's do the second song we ever wrote together.
You're the boss?
Is that why you won't work with me? I'm too bossy?
You know very well why.
Drop it. Luke and I actually met 8 years ago at the Book, Music, and Lyrics Workshop.
Which we highly recommend, no matter how sour our relationship has become.
Yes, well, in it, lyricists work with a different composer on different projects throughout the first year. But in the second year, teams are formed, and Luke and I decided to team up and attempt our first musical. I got the rights for a book set in an English village between the wars about a woman who, in desperate need of cash, decides to write a lightly fictionalized account of her village and its inhabitants. She changes the name slightly, but the only parts of the book that she actually makes up are the endings, seeing as day-to-day life rarely has a narrative button.
So, This is the second song we ever wrote, and the first one is musical. It's a sort of want song for the main character. Sadly, we no longer have the rights to the novel.
Is that why you won't work with me? I let the options slip?
You know very well.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Happy Ending from a musical based on a book to which we no longer have the rights. Everyone deserves a happy ending. Well, no, not everyone, but many do. In my book they find their happy ending. Again, not everyone, but quite a few. If you're good, your story should be too. People rarely get a happy ending. Even those who could, it's very rare. In my book they find their happy ending. They get what they would if life were fair. They do what I tell them to in there. Life is so confusing, but in fiction the wicked always fail, the good succeed. That is why I wrote a veiled depiction of all the people that I know and love, and several that I'm not fond of, and then I give them what I know they need. People do not see their happy ending, so I write them down as if they knew. I myself would like a happy ending. If I write it down, it might come true. I know that it's silly to believe in happy endings, but I do. Thank you. Our next project, as he mentioned earlier, is a musical based on Andrew O'Hagan's beautiful novel, Personality.
Like the novel, the show tells the story of Maria Tambini, a girl singer who becomes a television star at a very early age and battles her demons and changing tastes to stay relevant.
And our musical version of Personality, which is as yet unproduced, is, well, it's sort of a 1980s variety show nightmare version of This Is Your Life. And this song is a love song that Maria sings with her love interest, also called Michael. But I'll be singing the part of Maria.
Naturally.
Is that a dig?
No, not at all. Just a comment on how most of our songs are written for women and how much you enjoy singing those songs. Ladies and gentlemen, this may shock you, I know, but I am straight and he's gay.
Though it used to be the other way around.
I have liked you for a long time. For a long time I have really liked you. I won't ask you how you're here. Now you're here. I just hope I'm not dreaming. There, I said it, I have liked you for a long time, it is true. So now you know I like you. I hope that you like me too.
I have not thought about you for a while. I have not thought about your lovely smile. When you're near I feel the way I did, like I'm a kid who never think that she may be dreaming. There I said it, I have liked you for a long, long time. It's true, so now you know I like you. I hope that you like me too. I have liked you for a long time. For a long time, I have really lovely smile. I won't ask you how you're way. Now you're here, like I'm a kid who never think that she may be dreaming. There, I said it. I've liked you for a long time. It is true. It's true. So now you know I like you. I like that you like me too. Do the other song I like from Personality.
Oh, so many. Which one?
The one Maria sings about the lyricist.
The lyricist?
The lyricist.
Oh, you mean the one about you?
The one about me.
Ah, but that's a ballad. You said it was too early for a ballad.
Oh, it's never too early for a ballad about me.
Someone else has written every word I'll ever sing, and most of them were written long ago. And though there's someone else's meant for anyone to sing, I mean them when I sing them. I thought you ought to know. Someone else has written every word in every song, but they say what I want you to hear. For someone else has said what I've been thinking all along. I mean them when I sing them. I hope that much is clear. And how that someone know what to say. And how do you know about you? And how could he have known how I feel? I don't know how, but he knew still. When I'm singing to you, do not think about the man who carefully constructed every line. Lets me say I love you in the only way I can. The words are someone else's, but when I sing, they're mine.
Moving on. Jesus, Luke, I meant The Little Beasts. The Little Beasts is a family show that Luke and I wrote, and that Andy and Wendy at Perfect Pitch developed, and that Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber selected as his very first work-in-progress production at the Other Palace back in 1917.
It was 2017, Michael. It was only 2 years ago.
It feels longer.
Little Beasts is a show for children about children. Well, it's a show for children about dead children. Suffice to say, it's a little bit dark.
Is that why you won't work with me? I'm too dark?
You know very well. Right?
Drop it. The Little Beast is based on a very old cautionary tale about naughty children who die as a result of their naughtiness and are transformed into the animals that they most resembled in life. Now, in our show, they're not dead, but they are held in a magical menagerie, but given a chance to return to their lives if they learn their lesson. Now, overseeing the whole show is this sinister man in black. Does that make sense?
I think what Michael's trying to say is this show is about what happens to naughty children like him, like her. If they're very, very naughty, then they often end up here, but with feathers, fangs and fur. What happens to naughty children? The worst, to wit, ones that put themselves in danger doing things they shouldn't do. Well, they come here for a bit with a child that has died. Well, you see, I must decide, do I lock them up in here or let them be? Every little beast your view was once a child just like you. Will they ever be free? What happens to naughty children who go too far? You remember that's the question when you meet my little beast. Shall we see now what they are? last we meet the bear. She used to be a very naughty little girl called Shirley.
You'll shudder to hear of Shirley. That girl put the gur in girly. And as I'm sure you will glean, our Shirley was mean, 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 mean. How did she get to be here, to be the bear you see here? Such a beast there's never been. Shirley started early when she was 2, kicking everyone till they were black and blue. Her mother tried to love her just as much as she could, but loving Shirley never did nobody no good. Mean Shirley, she was oh so surly, and her mother paid the price. No parent ever chooses to have kids that give them bruises, and our Shirley was not nice. Next we meet the pig. He used to be a naughty little boy who ate things that people are not meant to eat.
Meet a boy, come meet a boy. A boy who could eat, a boy come meet a boy who's always hungry.
For his tea, a loafer, then a gopher, then a sofa.
Meet a boy, come meet a boy. A boy who could eat, a boy who could eat anything. He would have put any old thing in his snout.
Even his colon was full with gout.
From all the gratings of gristle and grout. Yes, the boy, he could eat anything.
Oink, 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 oink. We meet the other animals in the menagerie, but towards the end of the show, we meet the magpie. Now, she's been there so long that she barely even remembers being a child.
I remember my family, at least I think I do. I wasn't so nice, but they loved me, I knew. I have been here a long time, forever, and yet I remember my family, the rest I forget. No, 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 no. I remember my friends, at least I think I do. I was naughty, oh yes, but I guess they were too. Was it real, did I dream it? I don't know, and yet I remember my friends, the rest I forget. No, 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 no. All that happened then, way back when, it's fading away. I only see what I saw yesterday, and do I care? I am where I am, and if not, why? If I can't be free, then I can fly. No, 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 no. I remember forgetting. At least I think I do. The reason I'm here, I don't know more than you. I was naughty, I know, I deserve it, and yet I remember what I was, but why I forget. I forget.
And the point of the show, really, I mean, it's a cautionary tale for children, but it's also a cautionary tale for parents. Parents, don't label your children. Don't reduce them to a single adjective. Don't say that a child is naughty. Don't say that they're bad. Don't say that a child is naughty. I know it's the done thing, but no one's just one thing.
Don't say that a child is naughty, fresh, sour or off. Don't say that they're spoiled or rotten. I know it's an odd use, but one thing not produce.
If they do something they shouldn't, say they run off too far. It only means that the thing that they did was naughty, but naughty's not something they are.
Don't say that a child is silly. Don't say that they're mean. Don't say that a child is wicked. Her kicking your knees, that doesn't mean she is.
Don't say that a child is dreadful, daft, dizzy, or dumb. Don't say that a child is awful. If you always shout at them, why would they doubt it?
They don't say excuse me when they trump in a jar.
It only means that the thing that they did was naughty, but naughty's not something they are. Don't say that a child is naughty. You know that they're good too. If not, then you should do. They're more than an adjective. I'm telling you, don't say that a child is naughty for messing their beds up. You're messing their heads up. Cause naughty's not something, and silly's not something, and wicked's not something, and dreadful's not something. The point of this dumb thing is this rule of something, that naughty's not something they are. I like that show. I hope it comes back.
Oh, should we do a number from another show we hope comes back?
Oh, yes, please. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you selections from The Sorrows of Satan. That wasn't in the show, Luke.
It was for a bit.
Oh, we did try to shoehorn that song in, but it didn't work. You see, The Sorrows of Satan is loosely inspired by the novel by Marie Corelli. Our version of The Sorrows of Satan is a show within a show. It is a musical play within a musical play. It is an adaptation of Faust within an adaptation of Faust. And the song that I would like Luke to perform for you now is the one that we wrote for this song's accompanist, who is what I wish all accompanists were: mute.
The character is mute, but he gets one number, which I will try to perform for you now. Isn't it funny how love, fame, and money tempt even the chaste? Isn't it screwy what people will do even just for a taste? Everyone wants what is out of reach. If they did not, what would preachers preach? Since Eve and her apple we grasp and we grapple with sex and sin, but seldom win. Yes, I sold my soul to the devil in exchange for a wonderful wife. The deal was I'd stay young till that fling had been flung back when I had a tongue and a life. So I vowed all love vows with vacuity and figured I had nothing to fear. But one day, a Sunday, as I sat to dine, a roue ran off with my wife and my wine. The devil sent word saying, soon you'll be mine. And a long story short, now I'm here. Yes, I sold my soul to the devil. In exchange I got praise and prestige. I would glamour the globe in my monogrammed robe, but with none of the noblesse oblige. So I focused on fame with fatuity, and I had it for many a year. But one day, a Sunday, I shattered by chance in some says or Summer or somewhere in France. The devil lost me, all my fans and fans. And long story short, now I'm here. Yes, I sold my soul to the devil in exchange for fine fiscal affairs, for more money than God, and a house in Cape Cod, and a links which was odd. But who cares? So I marveled at my new annuity. My sense of delight was sincere. But one day, a Sunday, the whole thing went bust. What happened that day left me numb and nonplussed. The devil cut off both my tongue and my trust. Now I'm here. Isn't Isn't it funny how love, fame and money don't last very long? Isn't it messy when people say yes even knowing it's wrong? Now I am trapped in a gilded room. Such is the journey from who to whom. The rancor is real when you make such a deal. When he comes for you, decline him do. Yes, I sold my soul to the devil. In exchange I was caged for my crime. Yes, the first bit was swell, but the aftertaste hell. Now I might as well be a mime. Though love, fame and wealth fits me to a T, they did what they do, disappear. And now I am here with the dross and the dregs. He says them's the breaks, but the question it begs, why you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs. And long story short, now I'm here.
Thank you for trying. Now I shall sing a song from The Sorrows of Satan that we wrote, that the character of Satan in the show writes for the character of Satan in the show within a show. Gentlemen and ladies, a short rest is required. I just flew in from Hades, and boy, are my arms tired. But it's not called Hades. No, that's just a nickname. People in the know use its Homeric name. We call it Tartarus, and you would love it. Now at this point I'm joined on stage by a chorus of leggy demons. We sing, yes, it's ta 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 Tartarus. That's the name of our flame-filled pit. Yes, it's ta 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 Tartarus. It's the best by our estimate. And the trip from there to here seemed very far to us. If we may, we shall stay a bit. Though we think your world is swell, we shall miss our home like hell. We'll miss ta 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 Tartarus. For us, home is ta 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 Tartarus. Key change, yes, it's ta 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 Tartarus. Where you go when you know from fun. Yes, it's ta 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 Tartarus. If you're sex, then it's next to none. Those who say its temperature makes life quite arduous. Every guest is at best well done. It's a dry heat, as they say. Come be flavor and don't flambe. Come do ta 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 Tartarus. Discuss, but it's ta 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 Tartarus. Another key change, yes, it's ta 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 Tartarus. Get your kicks near the sticks below. Down in ta 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 Tartarus, where we've heard every word but no. But for now I ask you bid and au revoir to us. It is late though we hate to go. Come and visit when you're dead and remember what we said. You love ta 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 Tartarus. No fuss, you love ta 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 Tartarus. Come to ta 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 ta. Tartarus, leave your woes and your clothes behind. Down in Tartarus, sweat your way through the daily grind. If you come, it could be quite the coup d'etat. Do let's go if you're so inclined. You'll thank heaven we've no rules. What you've seen are boys and ghouls. You love Tartarus, no must. You love Tartarus. Tata. Down in ta 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 ta. Men can kiss any miss in view. Down in ta 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 ta. Men can kiss any mister too. You should know that shame and guilt are quite bizarre. You like sin, then get in the queue. If eternal flames you fear, once you're there, doubts disappear. Simply take my hand, my dear, this song's end is very near. Just in case it isn't clear, I'll repeat it so you'll hear. You'll love ta 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 ta. Let's bust down to ta.
Sometime last year, Adam Lenson, who's produced this lovely evening, asked us to participate in the inaugural edition of Signal, a quarterly concert of new and experimental musical theatre. Now, I wouldn't call our stuff experimental.
It's barely new.
But we said yes. The catch was it had to be a world premiere. So Michael pitched a few ideas to me, and we decided to begin writing a new show called The Fabulous Fox Sisters.
Fabulist.
Is it?
The Fabulist Fox Sisters is inspired by our current era of approximate truth, and it tells the approximately true story of Kate and Maggie and Leah Fox, three sisters who, when they pretended to communicate with spirits in 1848 upstate New York, inadvertently created a religion.
This song happens near the top of the show when, after a few months, word of mouth has begun to spread, and the sisters are set to perform the first and the world's first séance. Maggie, the youngest Fox sister, is thinking of backing out, but Kate, the oldest, tries to convince her to stay the course.
Anyone who's ever looked up knows there's nothing there. They seem unaware. That, or they don't care. So, some little lie we cooked up, they mistook for fact. We are still intact. Don't break up the act. If they believe it, if that's why they came, if they believe it, then we are not to blame. Why do you say that we should be? They believe it. If they believe it, and let's say they do, if they believe it, then isn't it true? Who cares? There's no way it could be. They believe it. Can you believe it? Faith is just imagination gone a bit berserk. Keeping it's the work. Piety's the perk. Piety's the destination of this road we take. And for heaven's sake, everything is fake. If they believe it, we're gonna be fine. If they believe it, we're good as divine. No, no, though, to them we would be. They believe it. If they believe it, correct them we won't. And why try? What would the good be? They believe it. Do they believe it? If they believe it, then others will too. People want to believe in something. Why not me? And you.
Many years later, Kate publicly denies the veracity of their claims and admits to fraud.
She soon realizes that without the income derived from their religion that they can't survive. So she denies the denial, but it's too late.
Penniless and usually legless, on her deathbed, she sings a song of farewell, and the woman who made a career pretending to hear ghosts hears one of her own.
Will history regret me? If so, it won't upset me. Even those that never met me won't forget me. I was someone. Understand? I was someone. Someone grand, influential, consequential. I was someone. I was someone. Not a boast. I was someone more than most. Imitated, even hated. I was someone. Take a lie and lie it off and people think it's true. Sometimes so do you. What can you do? Now they're fluffing up my coffin and I know the drill. Die, okay, I will. I'll be gone, but still.
If they
I
believe
someone.
it, if that's why you're
Some
here,
admire.
if they
I was
believe
someone.
it, then what's
Some
there to
desire.
Forgotten.
You get used to
Maybe you should be.
getting used to
You
when you're
believed
someone.
it. If they
I was
believe
someone.
it, and maybe
I
they
achieved.
don't. If
I
they
was
just leave
someone
it,
they
recall you they
believed.
won't. Who
Say
cares?
they're
There's
haunted.
No way it could.
Hey, you're
be.
wanted. I
They
was
believe
someone.
it, that they
I was
believe
someone.
it. Kate, let's keep it calm and steady. You aren't very well. Know how I can tell? Here's a hint, the smell. Jesus, would you die already? Baby, close your eyes. Everybody dies. Quick, say your goodbyes. If they
I was
believe
someone.
it, you're gonna be
Someone
fine. If they
I was
believe
someone.
it,
Fox,
your good is
comma,
divine. No,
You
no,
was
no.
history.
To them you will
I was
be.
history. I
They
was
believe
someone.
it. If
I
they
was
believe
someone
it all are just
people knew.
some. If
I
they
was
believe
someone.
it,
Who the
then boy,
hell are
they
you? You can go now. They all know now I was someone.
If they believe
Someone.
it, if they believe
Someone.
it, then
They
maybe
came
it's
to
true.
me.
You
I
said
was
people live forever.
someone.
Why not me? I mean you. For the first 4 Signal concerts, we wrote the first 4 fabulous Fox Sister songs. For the 5th, we wanted to try something different, and Michael picked another winner.
Is that why you won't work with me? My taste?
You know very
Drop
well.
it. This is an idea for a musical based on a book to which we do not yet have the rights, but it's one of my favorite books of all time. It tells the story of a cook who comes into the employ of a down-on-their-luck upper-class family, barely holding on to their stately home. And through his machinations, the fat people get thin, the thin people die, and the upper-class family end up as his servants with the cook as the master of the house.
Another cheerful musical from Bateman and Conley. In this song, the cook grooms the upper-class family's as yet unmarried eldest son into taking his place in the kitchen.
Antonin Carême. He was French, but a gem. Quite the cook, as you know, and of course is best remembered today for the marvelous way he assorted the 4 mother sauces. There's the bechamel, oui, and the espagnole, si, and the velouté and allemande. He's a son of a bitch, 'cause I can't decide which of the 4 sauces I am most fond of. And I know it's a bore, but could you name all 4, then I might have held off apoplexis. But alas, you cannot. So one question I've got. Do you know what an R-O-U-X is? No. I'll show you. You ask how I earned this, the title of cook. The answer, I learned this, and not from a book. If you like it creamy, then I'll give you a clue. It starts with a roux, with equal parts flour and fat in a pan. You'll soon have the power to sate any man. Assuming, of course, that's what you're wanting to do. It starts with a roux. First, you get the fire glowing. You add the fat, heat it. Add the flour, keep it going. Beat it. From blonde roux to white roux to brown is sublime. Whatever the right roux, you'll know over time. For sauces so sumptuous, he'll know that from you. It starts with that roux. Think of what he'll think of you now. You've got a talent, kid, don't waste it. There's just one thing to do now. Taste it. Whatever you add, be it milk, eggs, or creams, be happy, be glad, be the cook of his dreams. If you think it's in you to be saucy as I'm, it starts with a roux. It starts with a roux. Every time!
Any other songs you would like to sing?
Is that why you won't work with me? I'm too talented?
You know very well
just tell him.
why. What?
Tell him.
You do it.
Fine. Ladies and gentlemen, as you may or may not know, it generally takes about 5 years to bring a musical from the page to the stage. And for 7 years, I have been trying to guide Luke and his often simplistic ideas for musicals.
What did I say we should write 7 years ago?
a musical adaptation of the film Groundhog Day.
What did I say we should have written 6 years ago?
A contemporary musical retelling of one of America's founding fathers.
What did I say we should write 5 years ago?
A musical about the passengers on the planes diverted to Canada on 9/11.
What did you say to all of those? Is that all you have to say?
What do you want me to say, Luke? That I was wrong, that I'm sorry?
Yes.
Well.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was really unprofessional. You didn't pay 20 quid to see that, so I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was wrong, and I'm sorry. I promise to write whatever you want to write next. Just take me back.
Promise?
I promise.
Whatever I want to write.
Whatever you want to write.
I did have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's a musical about Brexit.
Shit.
But first...
Fine. In full disclosure, this is the first song that we ever wrote together, but the lyrics were updated slightly to be sung at Luke's wedding. So, I guess you could say the first song we ever wrote together ended up the last place we would have expected. In a lovely little garden, in a lovely little square, I am here and somehow you are there. Though I've known you many days, this day is new. It's the start of something beautiful and true, and I only hope it's all it ought to be. Now that you're here with me in this lovely little garden, in this lovely little square, you are here and you're beyond compare. Though I know your love's not one that needs a show, I arranged for one so everyone would know. You have what makes writers write and singers sing. Now we have everything. I know when I'm in your arms that I'll be fine, as I hope it's safe to say you do in mine. So whatever comes, we'll get through somehow. That is why we are standing now in this lovely little garden, in this lovely London square. We are here and we are well aware this is what that whole existing thing's about. And I'll tell you now, so you won't ever doubt. I will think of you and think of you this way, in this lovely little garden, in this lovely little square, every lovely little day. Thank you. Well, we might as well do one more. Do we two deserve a happy ending. Who the hell can say? We'll wait and see. But tonight we'll have a happy ending, happy in our way, for him and me. This we thought's the end it ought to be. Every show should have a happy ending. To the ones that don't, one question, why? Hope your show will find its happy ending. Even if it won't, it's worth the try. Have some fun, 'cause when that's done, you die.
Life is so confusing, but for writers, nothing's black and white and nothing's grey.
That is why we booked these 2 one-nighters to sing the songs we wrote and those we love and several that we're not fond of, and then we'll wait for the nice things you'll say.
Yes, we gave ourselves a happy ending, and which in return we give to you.
May it help you find your happy ending. May it help you learn and grow up too.
We know that it's silly to believe in happy endings, but we do.